About 3.5 years ago, I was on my way home after a fundraising event, and I began to think about my grandfather, Robert Brando. I named my son Brando after him. My grandfather was a church planter when he moved back to the States. You see, before that, he was a missionary in India. And I was just thankful for being able to be part of his legacy, and I wanted to name my son after him in honor of him. And during the early 90s, I wasn't walking with the Lord, didn't really have a relationship with the Lord, and that's about the time that my grandfather ended up going home to be with the Lord. And so I didn't have that close relationship with my grandfather to be able to talk about things of God, things that he preached on, thought about, the areas that he taught. I had no idea about any of that stuff. To be honest, I wasn't interested in any of that back then. But now, as a father, having just named my son after him, and as well as being a pastor, I was just thanking the Lord that I was part of my grandfather's legacy. And I began talking to God. And I said, God, I don't know how things work in heaven, but I pray that you tell my grandfather that I'm proud to be part of his legacy. I really wish that I could have been mentored by him while he was here on earth, because I don't know any of his messages that he ever gave. I don't know any of his thoughts about his relationship with you. I really wish that I could have been mentored by my grandfather. But Lord, you're up there with him. Just tell him that I love him and I'm thankful for him. The following week, I go to my mom's to have dinner with her. My mom and my stepdad were getting ready to move to Africa because they're missionaries. And so, as we had just completed dinner, my stepdad walks up to me and he hands me this box. He sets the box down right in front of me at the table. And he says, Mark, your grandfather would have liked you to have this. And so I open up the lid of this box, and there's all these sermon notes from my grandfather, as well as the dates and the churches that he spoke these messages that he hand wrote. And so I am being mentored by my grandfather even now. As a 41-year-old man, God even answered that prayer. And it's amazing, isn't it? A lot of times we think, I can't share that with God. I can't talk to God about this. He doesn't care about that. That's insignificant. But God doesn't think so. He cares about what's going on in your heart. Why don't you talk to him today? I challenge you. Come and join us at One Stone, Nashville at 10 a.m. at 600 Woodland Street at the East Park Community Center here in Nashville on Sunday mornings. Come and be part of the journey with us. Let's see what God's going to do.